All right, so here are my main strategists, right? I love my main strategists out there. I'm a main strategist myself, and here's what I'm going to tell you guys. All right, easily S tier, Cloak and Dagger. 100%. Without hesitation, Cloak and Dagger is the best strategist on the roster right now. Okay, Cloak and Dagger is the best strategist right now. All right, the next best strategist in season one next to Cloak and Dagger for consistency purposes would probably be Luna and Mantis. All right, top 3 support main strategists right there. I'm gonna tell you why. Mantis has a good defensive ult and offensive ult. Mantis gets her ult so quickly, does crazy amount of DPS and damage, all right? And she has a good sleep. Very good kit, very consistent all the time, okay? Luna, I think is, actually Luna I would put in S-. And here's the reason why Luna's in S-. Luna is, her ult can no longer switch quickly between damage and heals this season. Last season, she was S+. This season, she's an S-. She's still really, really good, but they nerfed Luna a little bit, so I would say she's an S-. That makes more sense to me because the way that she can switch between her ults has been switched. Okay, so that is my opinion with her. She is really good, but still not top tier like Mantis or Cloak and Dagger, who has consistent damage and heals outputs. All right, another person who is really good in higher ranks is Loki. Loki's ability and his ult is one of the best in the game. I'm almost tempted to put him in S tier. A good Loki can carry a game. He is not there to consistently put out heals all the time, but he is there to be surviving, right? He is definitely his ult can win games. Imagine 2 Cloak and Dagger ults, right? One Cloak and Dagger comes out, boom, another Cloak and Dagger comes after because you have a Loki, right? So good. His ult wins games. He can consistently put out damage with your team if you have 3 Lokis. It's all about... Loki is one of the easiest strategists to play and one of the hardest to master. Okay? He's a good distraction for the team. Here's a good counter for Loki's. A lot of people forget this. Loki is an Ankh for Moon Knight. I see a Loki on an opposing team, I'm gonna ask my teammates to switch to Moon Knight, because Moon Knight can take out Loki quickly with all of his clones, because he just bounces his attacks off of the Loki clones and gets more damage in. Okay, that is how easily Loki can be countered with a good Moon Knight. Another thing is, whenever he uses his immortality field, you take out the immortality field first, then you take out his clones, because then they won't have any healing. Okay, very underrated character. I think he's very well done, and if in higher ranks, and is very annoying to play against. Rocket is S-. Rocket's ability and buff this season is so good. I love Rocket. I am a Lord Rocket. Love Rocket, but he's not better than Cloak and Dagger. Rocket's ability to bring people back is so good. His BRB is super, super good if well placed. His healing output is not the greatest, but is good for sustaining your team. And his ability to give a power boost to everyone on the team with his ultimate is super good. He is S tier 100% if you play him right. You don't play in the middle of the team fight with Rocket. You have to play further back. Good Rocket players like myself and other players, you will see them play more towards the back of the team than you will towards the front and mid part of the team, right? Rocket ult counters Luna ult if you know, put it together. If you put Punisher along with a Rocket ult and you focus her down, you can kill Luna out of her ult 100%. Right? I think Adam Warlock, he's an A-. Okay, he's really good. I think Adam Warlock is very good as far as being annoying. I don't think he's better at keeping his team up. Once your resources are down, it becomes really hard for Adam to keep his team up. However, Adam Warlock can counter a lot of ults. Adam Warlock is very good. Adam Warlock can counter quite a few ults with his left shift, and he can burst heal very quickly. If you have 3 supports on the team along with an Adam, it's going to be really hard to counter that. Invisible Woman, I think she's A+. I don't think she's S tier compared to Luna and a Rocket and a Loki. However, does she feel right up here? I don't know. She kind of feels right here. She doesn't feel right here. Her ult is really good at saving her team. The higher I climb, the less Invisible Woman I see, and the more Lokis and Cloak and Daggers I see, along with Mantis. She's like in between S- and A+. She's kind of in between there. She's really good. She's a very good tier. Actually, yeah, I'll put it there. S-. I'll put Invisible Woman here, and here's the reason. I'll put Invisible Woman in S-, and the reason why I put Invisible Woman in S- is that she counters Wolverine. A lot of people don't know this because this is something I found out yesterday. So Invisible Woman with her left shift, which is the big orb thing, if she puts her big orb thing around your tank, whenever a Wolverine or tries to like kidnap your tank, they won't be able to. They won't be able to use one of their abilities because the Wolverine will be basically held down. She's very good counter to Wolverine. She's also really good counter to flyers, and she's a good counter to people who are trying to push. She's got her E ability. Her E ability pushes and pulls people towards your team. So she's an S-. Yeah, S- feels right. S-. She's like A+ S-. She's there. Her ult, I think, needs to last just like a second longer, just 1 second longer, and I think she's S for sure. A solid A- average with my usual rotation, unless you decide to dump Sue below B level for some ungodly. No, Sue does not belong in B at all. Her basic attack combo is a combo heal damage, which is great. Exactly. If you utilize her shield is really good too, and she can counter a lot of ults with her shield, which is really good too. So I think that feels right. And last but not least, Jeff. All right, everybody agree with that? Everybody agree with Jeff being there? Yeah? Everybody agree with Jeff being there? Yeah? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Don't hate on Jeff. I don't hate on Jeff. I'm gonna say his ult is easily countable. He's about C. He's a C. He's a C in my opinion. An honest opinion about Jeff. He's a C. He's a C tier, but a good Jeff player can make him A. Okay? A good Jeff player can make him A. A good Jeff, he's adorable, don't get me wrong. He's an adorable, fun little guy. I love playing with him. I think he's really fun. In certain maps, Jeff dominates, right? Jeff dominates in certain maps, but as you climb in the ranks, you won't see Jeff as much, but there are Jeffs that are really, really good and that can take out a whole team, right? But consistency purposes, as far as Jeff is concerned, he's still low as far as healing is concerned. Yeah, I would put him in C. He's one of the least played characters in higher ranks. Will I see him in higher ranks? Yeah, but he's not the best. He's not the best. His ult for his full team movement. I think this is right. This feels right. Again, take this with a grain of salt, chat. This is a guide, right? This is a guide. This isn't a word of God. This is exactly what this should be. This is what I feel like this season is. Support, Cloak and Dagger and Mantis are very strong. Luna with her nerf this season, she went from S to S-. She's still a really strong character. Rocket is still a really strong character. Invisible Woman's really strong. Loki's really strong. Adam Warlock is still really good, but can't really sustain the team by himself.